As I was researching this chapter, before I get to the proof, I have to tell you that I found one of the greatest quotes from Idaho Congressman Bill Sali that I have ever read. It so perfectly encapsulated this whole issue. I had to publish it in the book word for word. It happened during the House debate on the minimum wage earlier this year. Congressman is with us now. I want you to tell the American people exactly what you said and the point you were trying to make.
Well, the point I was trying to make, Glenn, was that government gets out of bounds and thinks that it can do things that it can't. And I will say this: public policy is hard work. It takes a lot of study. It can't be about standing in front of the cameras and playing to kind of the old FDR kind of notion that we're gonna make people dependent on us, and that'll win us the next election. Public policy is hard, and the problem with minimum wage legislation is it's an attempt to address the problem that's created by the federal government and its spending in the first place.
Okay, how do you mean that?
Well, because if you look at the amount that we spend on federal taxes, on state and local taxes, on all federal and state regulation, suddenly we get up to about 50% of the value of everything that we buy is government.
All right, so now you introduced a bill. It was about Americans should be lighter. What did you tell America about this bill?
Well, this was hyperbole, and I didn't actually introduce the bill, but I did have it drafted, and it was to reduce gravity by 10%, and the benefits. I called it the Obesity Reduction and Health Promotion Act, so that we would, everyone would weigh less, so we reduce obesity, and health promotion because our healthcare professionals tell us that we need to lose weight. And it was a jab at Congress for taking itself seriously in trying to enact minimum wage legislation, when what we ought to be doing is addressing the problem of federal spending. That's where the real trouble comes from.
By the way, America, it obviously didn't pass. I mean, look at me. Do I look 10 pounds lighter? Congressman, the one thing I found as we were doing research on this particular part of the book is it became so very clear to me that if this wasn't about politics, Congress would index the minimum wage. You'd never hear about it again because it would just index. It would automatically go up with the cost of living. The other thing that is remarkable to me is the average city, I think it takes about $61,000 to live in for a family of four. New York is $146,000 for a family of four to live in New York City. Isn't this a state, or even better, a city issue, not a U.S. issue?
Actually, what you'll find is this is a government spending issue. The more government you have, the higher income you have to be able to make ends meet. That's the problem.
All right. I have to tell you, you look great. I don't know if you've lost that 10 pounds, but
I lost 5 pounds just from drafting the legislation.
That's great. Congressman, thanks a lot.